welcome you all to my channel Chinmay's Physcos. Today we will discuss a new topic, that is magnetostatics. Before going to the topic, I would like to request all of you, please subscribe my channel, those who have not done it yet. So let's come to the topic, that is magnetostatics. As its name signifies, we will discuss about the magnetic field, magnetism and all. And this word statics means something is at rest. So let's focus on it. The connection between electricity and magnetism was actually not known before 19th century. In the year 1820, a scientist, Hans Christian Ørsted, first discovered the magnetic effect of electric current. He observed that when a current carrying wire is placed above a compass needle and parallel to it, the needle of the compass shows deflection. And again, if the wire is placed below the compass needle and parallel to it, then also the needle shows deflection, but in an opposite sense. So this somehow gave rise to a link between electric current and the magnetic field. So let's know about magnetic field first. So in electrostatics, we have assumed that a charge at rest sets an electrostatic field around itself so that any other charge coming into that field will experience a force. Likewise, when a current carrying coil is there or a current carrying wire is there, or we can say when a moving charge is there, it sets a field around itself in its surrounding, which is known as the magnetic field, such that any other moving charge or current which comes inside this field will experience a force again. So there is a link between, some analogy between electrostatics and magnetostatics. In electrostatics, we have discussed that the electric field for a charged particle at a point is given by the force acting on the charged particle or the test charge placed at that point. But this type of definition is not so much simple in case of magnetostatics. Why? Because in electrostatics or in our nature in general, we can find an isolated charge, isolated point charge or a single point charge. But we can never find a monopole or a single pole, because magnetic poles always remain in pairs like North Pole and South Pole. Then how can we define the magnetic field? What will be the expression for it? So to understand the magnetic field or the strength of the magnetic field, we have to discuss about the magnetic force acting on a charged particle moving inside a magnetic field with some velocity. So first we will focus about the force acting on a moving charge in a magnetic field. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड को हम लोग कैसे दिखाते हैं? मैग्नेटिक फील्ड को लिखने के लिए हम लोग B वेक्टर लेते हैं. मैग्नेटिक फील्ड इज अ वेक्टर क्वांटिटी, दैट्स व्हाई वी राइट इट एज B वेक्टर. A region of space is said to be a site of the magnetic field if a charged particle moving in that particular region experiences some force by virtue of its motion. So experiments reveal that the magnetic force acting on that charged particle, that is Fm, the magnetic force, is always directly proportional to the magnitude of the charge. Let it be Q. Again, the magnetic force is directly proportional to the strength of the magnetic field, that is B. And again the magnetic force is directly proportional to the component of the velocity which is perpendicular to the magnetic field. So what is that perpendicular component? Let us consider a three-dimensional coordinate system. This is a rectangular coordinate system. Let it be x-axis. This one is z-axis and this one is y-axis. This is the origin O. Let us consider the magnetic field is along the direction of x-axis. Suppose this is the direction of the magnetic field and a charged particle Q is moving with a velocity v vector in the xy plane. Suppose this is the velocity of the charged particle which is moving on the xy plane. So here, suppose the angle between this velocity vector and the magnetic field is equals to theta. That means the charged particle is moving with a velocity v vector by making an angle theta with the v vector. So now this velocity vector can be resolved into two rectangular components. This is the v vector. So this one is one component and this one is another component. So this will be the component which is parallel to the magnetic field. So I can write V parallel is equals to V cos theta. Then this one is another component. If this one is a parallel component, I can write it as perpendicular component V sin theta. So magnetic force is now proportional to the component of the velocity which is perpendicular to magnetic field. What is that? That is V sin theta. So here I am writing V sin theta. Combining all this, I can write therefore Fm will be proportional to QB with V sin theta, or Fm is equals to proportionality हटा दिया मैंने, तो अभी क्या करूंगी, उसके साथ एक प्रोपोर्शनलिटी कांस्टेंट ले लूंगी. तो Fm is equals to KQB V sin theta, or this proportionality constant K that depends on the system of units, and in SI the value of K is equals to 1. So I can write down Fm is equals to K being 1, Fm is equals to Q, और मैं इसे थोड़ा चेंज करके लिख लेती हूँ QBB sin थीटा, तो आपको याद रहेगा अच्छे से QBB sin थीटा. और I can write it as, यहाँ पे देखो यहाँ पे क्या आया है VB sin थीटा. Q is a charge, that is a scalar quantity, but velocity is a vector quantity, magnetic field is a vector quantity, and here is the sin theta. So I can write it as Fm vectors magnitude is equals to Q, scalar है उसे बाहर रख दिया, फिर V vector cross B vector magnitude. याद आया कुछ आप लोगों को क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में? A क्रॉस B is equals to A B sin theta with n cap. अगर हम लोग मैग्नीट्यूड लेंगे तो सिर्फ आएगा A B sin theta. लाइकवाइज V क्रॉस B का मैग्नीट्यूड है V V sin theta. और we can write if M vector is equals to Q multiplied with V vector cross B vector. This is one expression. And this magnetic force is known as Lorentz magnetic force, or this equation is known as Lorentz magnetic force equation. So how to find out the direction of this force? How can we find out the direction of Fm? So the direction of Fm vector will be along the direction of V vector cross B vector. So B vector क्रॉस B vector का डायरेक्शन कहाँ आता है? ये भी तो सोचने वाली बात है. याद है आप सबको क्रॉस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में. So B vector cross B vector has a direction which is perpendicular to the plane containing both B vector and B vector. B vector और B vector ये दोनों जिस प्लेन में होंगे B क्रॉस B का डायरेक्शन उससे परपेंडिकुलर होगा. तो हमने ये जो डायग्राम लेके हमने अभी देखा था, तो यहाँ पे B वेक्टर था x एक्सिस में और ये था xy प्लेन. xy प्लेन में हमारे पास था B वेक्टर और ये था हमारा z एक्सिस O being the origin. तो फिर V क्रॉस B का डायरेक्शन क्या हो सकता है? यहाँ पे हम लोग यूज करेंगे तो राइट हैंड थंब रूल और राइट हैंड स्क्रू रूल. तो थंब रूल यूज करेंगे तो कैसे करेंगे? I am putting my palm parallel to that of the B vector and I am curling the fingers towards B vector with my thumb erect. तो थंब का डायरेक्शन जो होगा वो देगा मुझे फोर्स का डायरेक्शन. और हम लोग पेपर में दिखेंगे तो ये परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन कौन सा होता है? XY प्लेन को परपेंडिकुलर डायरेक्शन कौन सा होता है? वो होगा जेड डायरेक्शन. तो ये होगा हमारा FM वेक्टर का डायरेक्शन विच इज इक्वल्स टू Q इंटू B वेक्टर क्रॉस B वेक्टर. और इसका डायरेक्शन पता करने के लिए हमारे पास एक और भी रूल है जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं फ्लेमिंग्स लेफ्ट हैंड रूल. व्हाट इज फ्लेमिंग्स लेफ्ट हैंड रूल? इफ वी स्ट्रेच द थंब, the first finger and the central finger of our left hand in such a way that they are mutually perpendicular to each other, then if the first finger points in the direction of magnetic field, the central finger points in the direction of current, that is the motion of positive charge, then the thumb will be directed in the direction of the magnetic force acting on the charged particle. You can remember it in a funniest way also, like that. आपको ऐसे याद करना है कि father, mother and child. F, M, C. F for force, that is the magnetic force. M for magnetic field and C is the current. Okay? So that is nothing difficult in it. Or you can do it this type of diagram also and you can practice it. Okay? So next we will go to our main aim. Our aim was to find out what is the magnetic field. So now we will go to the magnetic field. What is its definition? So we have got the Lorentz magnetic force equation. What is that? If M is equals to Q V B sin theta. If I am putting Q is equals to 1, V is equals to 1 and theta equals to 90 degrees such that sin theta is equals to 1. So Fm now becomes equals to B. So how can I define the magnetic field? So I can say that the magnetic field at a point is defined as the force acting on a unit charged particle moving with unit velocity in a direction perpendicular to the magnetic field at that point. So it is so simple. Again, if I am not putting Q equals to 1, then what will happen? If I am not putting Q equals to 1, only I am taking V equals to 1, theta equals to 90 degrees, so that sin theta equals to 1. So I will have the expression if M is equals to Q multiplied with B, and I will be getting B will be equals to Fm by Q, like this. So how can I define it? Again I can define it. The magnetic field at a point is defined as the force acting on unit charge particle moving with unit velocity at an angle 90 degree or in a direction perpendicular to that of the magnetic field. So it is very simple. Okay. Now we have this equation. Fm is equals to QVB sin theta. First case I am discussing when V equals to 0, Fm equals to 0. Yes or no? So what do you mean by V equals to 0? V equals to 0 means a particle is at rest. That means the particle is not moving inside the magnetic field. So we are getting Fm equals to 0. So I can say a stationary charged particle inside a magnetic field will experience no force. Okay. Next, if I put theta equals to 0 degree or 180 degree, then what will happen? Sin 0 is 0, sin 180 degree is again 0. So I am getting again Fm equals to 0. So now I can say if a charged particle is moving, suppose this is a magnetic field, I can represent the uniform magnetic field like this. Suppose this is a magnetic field and a charged particle is moving either parallel to it or anti-parallel to it. So I can say a charged particle which is moving parallel or anti-parallel to a magnetic field will experience no force. That means its path will never change during its motion. Okay. Next, third point, when theta is equals to 90 degree, then what happens? Sin 90 is equals to 1. So Fm will be equals to QVB. That is your maximum force. That will be the maximum magnetic force exerted on a particle. Now we will discuss about what are the units of magnetic field. How can we express the strength of the magnetic field? So let's discuss about SI unit of magnetic field B. We have the expression Fm is equals to QVB sin theta, or I can write down B is equals to Fm divided by QV sin theta. If I put if Fm is equals to 1 Newton in SI, I am writing every unit in SI. Q is equals to 1 coulomb. V is equals to 1 meter per second and theta equals to 90 degrees, so that sin theta equals to 1. Then this equation becomes B is equals to 1 Newton divided by 1 coulomb into 1 meter per second into sin theta has no unit. So I can write down it as 1 Newton divided by, what is this? 1 coulomb per second. Q divided by T. What is that? Current. So I can write down 1 ampere into 1 meter. 1 meter. So 1 Newton ampere inverse meter inverse. This is known as 1 Tesla, or I can symbolize it as 1 with capital T. Okay, this is the SI unit of magnetic field. But 1 Tesla is a very strong amount of magnetic field. The smaller unit of magnetic field is Gauss, or I can symbolize it as G, capital G, 1G. And remember it, 1 Tesla is equals to 10 to the power 4 Gauss. Let us take some examples of magnetic fields, like magnetic field of an ordinary bar magnet. Magnetic field of an ordinary bar magnet is of the order of 10 to the power minus 2 Tesla. Magnetic field at Earth's surface is of the order of 10 to the power minus 4 Tesla. Magnetic field associated with human body, that is of the order of 10 to the power minus 12 Tesla. And magnetic field on the surface of a neutron star. Magnetic field on the surface of a neutron star is of the order of 10 to the power 8 Tesla. The largest amount of magnetic field that is man-made and for a finite interval of time, that is about 10 Tesla. So now we can find out what is the dimension of magnetic field B. So we have again Fm is equals to QVB sin theta. So what is B? B is equals to Fm divided by QV sin theta. I want to find the dimensional formula for magnetic field B. So dimension of B will be equals to dimension of F, dimension of Q, dimension of V and dimension of sin theta. So that is equals to, what is the dimension of a force? That is M1 L1 T minus 2 divided by dimension of the charge A T, dimension of the velocity L1 T minus 1. What is the dimension of sin theta? It is a trigonometric ratio, so it has absolutely no dimensions. So what can I write now? M to the power 1, L1 cancels out, T to the power minus 1 gone. So now T to the power minus 2 is there and A to the power minus 1. This one is the dimensional formula for the magnetic field. So now we have got some idea about the magnetic field. What is its definition? What are its units? What is its dimension? How can we use it? How can we find it? So in the next video, we will discuss about some other interesting topics about this magnetic force. Till then, thank you. Stay safe. Stay happy. May God bless you all.